Okay, I'm doing the astrology for June 2024. It's highly likely I'm going to tweak this a little bit more, but I wanted to put it out there for those that are anxious and wanting to see an glimpse into the astrology for June. So here we go. June usually moves like an outward explosion of passion and creative expression, but this year that energy is being directed internally. However, it can bring our agitation, frustration, and in some aggression to the surface. Even though we are in the time of social Gemini, it seems that not much talking is going on. Situations are being analyzed on deep levels of our subconscious, and as they sort themselves out, it is difficult to share that journey. But later on, sharing the resolutions and the outcomes are going to be lovely. June is a big month for weddings, and let's just say that love is in the air, and it only adds some finesse and wonder into the expressions of June. Much unfolds around love, intimacy, and relationships. It can feel as if there are some added pressures on us that can bring about some discord and upset. This month can bring people back from our past that forces us to look at if we let things go, or if conversations need to be had to clear the air. Just remember that love is messy, love is complicated, and love often points out those places where we are not yet healed. Regardless, do not fall into the traps of past longing. Stay the course forward. Things are moving forward, and drastically changing directions now would be a folly. June stirs the pot and brings up quite a few issues, but know that all of those things will be smoothed out in July. So let the little stuff go. This month is a tricky balance between what life is asking from us and what we need to do for work. There are tensions that seem obvious but force us to take the initiative. This is a month when we will have to embrace the fact that many things need to be cleared up. Old projections and misunderstandings are going to need to be sorted through. We are clearing out the family closets. This is a month to remember that offering authentic kindness is a first step to healing old wounds. It will feel as if more is going on internally, and our soul requires us to look at things very differently. This is a month for meditation, self-awareness, and personal discoveries. This is a month for creative expressions and finishing up some things that help us find inner solace and a new type of external expressions. The best communications this month show up through our artistic expressions. Art allows us to express deeper emotions metaphorically rather than verbally, and often they are better received that way as well. Overall, it is a month of healing, reconciliation, and deepening our most intimate relationships. Just remember that engaging with others this month is about rebuilding trust and creating stronger connections with those we love. We are here to remember, to appreciate others, and to allow for moments where we transcend the past and learn to be present in this moment. So, June 1st through 3rd, 2024, Jupiter in Gemini will trine to Pluto in Aquarius. This is probably the most powerful influence, not just for the month of June, but for the rest of the year. Because Pluto moves so slowly, this configuration with Pluto stays very dynamic this whole year. And Mercury will also aspect this trine as it moves into Gemini. There will be a flurry of big shifts that can feel amazingly smooth. The benefits clearly outweigh the challenges. Blessings and allies are bringing a powerful mobilization of many energies to help us realize our goals, aspirations, and bringing us into a more fertile place of creative expression. It seems we are finally gaining some much-needed momentum. While all trines are good, this one with the god of the underworld, Pluto, is especially interesting because it loves to bring destruction for some and regeneration for others. Sometimes it brings both. While Pluto likes to go deep, Jupiter brings with it too many options, too many choices, and lots of opinions. Think of Pluto as the dark spaces in the womb and Jupiter as the sperm seeking the egg. Creation often happens in the void or in the darkness. Something is trying to be created, and the question will be, what? Do you know what you are creating, or is it something being created unconsciously in your life to force you to grow up? Pluto at this degree is powerful, but it can put us on edge. Its intensity can feel somewhat ominous and even foreboding. While positive Jupiter tries to smooth over Pluto's rough edges, Jupiter is also a rapidly transforming planet, so things can change on a dime. Be very aware of when situations start increasing in intensity. The best way to handle this energy is to remember that Pluto and Jupiter are both in air signs. The way through is to have a flexible mind and to be willing to integrate new thoughts and ideas. If you keep the big picture in mind, know that then the small and necessary steps become more obvious. Aquarius likes the big overview, long-term goals, and to keep that universal desire in alignment with our daily activities. Gemini has a more playful and socially engaging way about it, and it wants to generate new technologies and systems to make dreams possible. It may feel as if you are trying to teach an engineering class in a coffee shop. We are trying to merge very different patterns, but they can actually be complementary. I see this aspect as how Tolkien had a group of other writers that met for decades to discuss what they were writing and to be supportive of the creative process for each other. There is a powerful moment when balance comes between our creative and social self with our more of the big picture, change the world, make a difference, part of our reality. Venus goes into Gemini. This aspect brings out our flirty and fabulous side. Mercury goes into Gemini June 3rd. This lovely aspect wants to take a walk with Jupiter and the Jupiter and Pluto trine. The key is to remember that if you don't really want to know the answer, it would be best not to ask the question. That is because the answer is going to require more depth than one currently has, and that will take us on a long road of inquiry and research. But it could be a great summer project. This powerful combination could also tip over that iceberg, revealing what has been lurking deep underneath the obvious. The new moon in Gemini is on June 6th. This can give us a real shot in the arm and the energy to help us feel more euphoric and happier. Just know that this will not last long, so take advantage of it while it lasts. When so many options are happening, it can feel as if you are at a farmer's market trying to figure out what you really want. If you need to get somewhere between June 3rd and 17th, you will have an easy time of it. Mars will square to Jupiter on June 11th. Expect tensions to increase. Mercury squares Saturn on June 12th, so expect a few complications and glitches, but not to worry because on June 17th, Mercury will square to Neptune and a solution will be found. Mercury will conjunct the Sun in Gemini on June 14th, and that will allow us to feel as if we are finally in a flow and we have clarity and insight. Venus and Mercury will go into Cancer on June 17th, and then we will change signs with the Sun into Cancer on the 20th. It may feel as if we are finally getting relief from all that mental stimulation and trying to figure things out. The shift into Cancer brings a cozier edge into the mix, and conversations seem calmer, more romantic and intimate. It is a perfect time for a time to get away and just to be with the one you love. And finally, Saturn goes retrograde on June 29th. It is a time to take another look at that plan that you have been putting together. The goalpost shifted, and so now what once was is no longer the point going forward. Remember, all plans begin, and then we have to learn to take the turns that the universe advises and find a better and more productive path. Thanks, everyone.